All right, well, I guess I will get started. So like I said, so let me share my slides here. Okay, so hopefully you all can see. So like I said, I'm not giving quite a traditional research talk. More I'm speaking about a community that I'm on the leadership team. So this is a research community. We call ourselves Little School Dynamics. And we are sponsored by AIM, the American Institute for Mathematics. And so this is an online research community. And I'm here to present about who we are and what we've been doing, and to invite anybody who
will be interested.
Yes, invite anyone who might be interested if they would like to join us. Okay, so what are we? So like I said, we're an online research community aimed at dynamics researchers from PUI. So that's primarily undergraduate institutions. So generally speaking, schools that don't have graduate programs, or if they do, it's a very small part of their program. Mostly they're working with undergraduates. We started last year. We got up and running about a year ago. And now we have about 75 members from across the United States. I believe we are open to international members as well. We just don't have any at the moment. So like I said, we're open to tenured track faculty, but in particular, I really do want to highlight that we're very open and welcoming to postdocs and contingent faculty. Postdocs, even if postdocs are currently at an R1 institution, if they are thinking that in the future they might like to go on and work at a PUI, we're open to that as well. So, okay, why does such a thing exist? Well, as we all know, the COVID crisis has really highlighted the need for people to be able to connect and collaborate virtually, right? We're not having as many in-person conferences, people aren't traveling quite as much, and so it can be hard, I think, to connect with potential collaborators when we're not meeting face-to-face. And so we wanted to create this platform and this place for people to be able to connect with each other in a virtual format. In addition, researchers at PUIs often have access or less access to research resources and money, and many also have less time to dedicate to research. So, researchers at PUIs, generally speaking, may not have quite as much money that allows them to travel. They may also have higher teaching loads. So they are splitting their time between their research and their teaching. And so we wanted to create a format that was kind of working with the sort of unique needs that researchers at PUIs might have. And then, of course, math is fun, right? We do math because we like it and we think it's fun. And it can be even more fun when we do it with other people, right? It's a very collaborative, multi-person activity that we do. And it's fun when we get to talk about it with other people. So that's why we exist. So when I say online research community, like what exactly do I mean by that? So so far we're kind of offering a variety of programming. We have been offering a handful of colloquium talks. So these are more broad audience talks given by researchers at PUIs. So some past colloquium talks that we've had have been given by Amy Johnson of Swarthmore College, Heather Zinn Brooks, who's of Harvey Mudd College, and Cesar Silva of Williams College. We have another colloquium coming up this weekend, actually on Saturday, and I need to look up, I literally got the email about it and that's being given by Kate Meyer of Carleton College. And that's happening literally 2 days from now, this Saturday. So if anybody's interested in joining us for that, please let me know. We've also been offering these things that are called research seating talks. So what that is generally, we invite some people to come give short 15-20 minute talks on a research project that maybe they've kind of like had on the back burner but haven't had time to to work on really, or a project that they need help with and they are looking for people to collaborate on. So these are like the point of these talks is that they're not finalized projects, right? These are talks that people have thought of, these are ideas that people have thought about or are doing a little bit of work with, but they are looking actively to recruit people to kind of work with them. And so they give short talks on those, and then we form breakout rooms where the audience members can join people to talk about the project that they've talked about, and hopefully like develop a collaboration that can go forward into the future. This year we have an AMS special session that is going to be offered at the Joint Math Meetings 2022. As we know, the Joint Math Meetings were originally supposed to be held last month, but have been postponed until April. So we have, I believe, 12 people who are members of our community who are slated to give presentations about research that they've done that was sort of nurtured and developed by our community. So that's going to be really exciting. And then we also do kind of fun. We occasionally have just little social hours for people. And again, these all happen remotely, virtually. So little social hours for people to kind of connect and meet other researchers, much the way that, kind of mingling might happen at some events at conferences. Okay. Some projects from the past year that have been that have become worked on as a result of our group is topological. And I should say, I just pulled these titles from talks that are going to be given. So you don't ask me necessarily anything. I'm not in particular experts on these, but topological study of magnetic confinement and magnetic quantum tunneling, symbolic dynamics and continuum theory, ergodicity of the stochastic logistic map. So I should say we're really open to basically anybody who kind of identifies as a dynamicist, and that's really broadly defined. That can go anywhere from like really theoretical dynamics to much more applied systems. We have people talking about topological dynamics all the way through very applied mathematical biology examples. So when I say dynamics, it's very broadly defined. So how can I get involved? So if you are a researcher at a PUI doing dynamical systems, like I said, very broadly defined, please feel free to email me. This is my email, kayers@csusm.edu. I am one of 5 members of the sort of leadership of this group. The others being Andy Parrish of Eastern Illinois University, Han Lee of Wesleyan University, David McClendon of Ferris State University, and Amy Revenskaya of Pomona College. So the 5 of us are the leadership team. We have funding, like I said, from AIM, the American Institute of Math, to basically, we have a SOCOCO, as the people here in the session are familiar with SOCOCOs, that's what we're using right now. We have kind of a SOCOCO session to meet and facilitate those meetings. Yeah, if anybody wants to join us, we're very open and welcome to people who want to be involved. So please just feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you also use like this modeling also in it? Do you?
Yeah, we've seen some modeling. Definitely some people who are doing modeling. I remember, for instance, Tom LaFaro, where he's at one of the Minnesota schools. Gustavus Adolphus, maybe. He gave a really good talk last year on like modeling biological systems using differential equations, but also including some game theory. And that was a really fascinating talk as well. So like I said, it's dynamics sort of very broadly defined. Like even though I myself consider myself a dynamicist, I've been sitting in on a lot of these talks, and a lot of them are talks that are like way far afield from things that I do. It's just really great to kind of see the real like breadth of topics and research that people are interested. And I'm really excited to say that I think we've had some really great research happen and some really great collaborations happen as a result of this group. And so if you're going to JM, yeah, and if you'll be at JMM 2022, like feel free to swing by our session and hear some of the talks.
Actually, I'm very excited about this. So just interested to know that how did you, I mean, beginning, how did you start this? Because you are from different university, different parts. So,
Yeah, so I should
and
really
how,
shout out.
and also you got some money, like the funding. So how did it work and how could you please?
Yeah, so there was a call from AIM to fund different online research communities in different areas. And this was really the brainchild of Andy Parrish, who I mentioned is at Eastern Illinois University. I think he was feeling like particularly frustrated by the confines of the resources that he had available to him. And so he had this idea of putting together this group, and he reached out to a few people that he knew were also at PUIs and did dynamical systems research. So the four others of us he reached out to. And so we, like I said, we put together a proposal for AIM. They were excited to fund this. We put out a call. I'm trying to, it's been such a, the past year has been such a blur. So I'm trying to remember exactly how we recruited people. I think we put advertisements in, a bunch of the different like periodicals, in the MAA newsletter that goes out, and social media, Twitter, and we kind of put the call out for people who wanted to join. And I'm glad to say that we had like a really great response. Like I said, we have something like 75 people on our list now, who are subscribed to kind of our email blasts and stuff.
Do you have also students working with you, or just?
As of right now, we're mostly focusing kind of on faculty. But I believe, because we are aimed at researchers who are at schools that really do a lot of undergraduate research, that sort of discussion of like undergraduate research has come up a lot as well. But for the most part right now, we're kind of wanting to keep our efforts aimed at like faculty, to give them kind of a special space to I don't know, develop their own methods and collaborate with others. But it is kind of a natural extension of this, that people will discuss the research that they do with undergraduates as well.
So how long you have this funding? How long? I mean, how many years?
That's a good question. I mean, so AIM is funding like Sococa for us, and as of right now, I don't know that it's somewhat indefinite. So we're really grateful to them for their support. Yeah, I guess we haven't really discussed kind of a sunset of this yet. We're hoping to kind of keep this going for as long as there's the momentum. So
thank you very much. It is very informative, and I like the idea during COVID and you all gathered together to make such a huge impact.
It's been really nice, and I've really appreciated, like I've had just such great opportunities meeting other people who do similar research to me that are all over the country. Just making those connections that I don't think I would have been able to make otherwise. So
thank you.
all right, thanks so much.